these players are piping hot, ready to play the video game. And we're going to start out with Bepis versus Montoon, I believe, for our winners round 1.
Yep, it's going to be some Gran versus some Cagliostro action. Cagliostro hot on the scene after making some good rounds post buffs, made it through Arc World Tour Finals and became champion on the part of Zangief Dream. And a lot of CAG representatives here, most notably Elsa, is going to be part of this bracket as well. So going to see what Montoon has with everybody's favorite little alchemist, and then Bepis on John Granblue himself.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, when Montoon, it's funny. Like Montoon was actually in my Type Illumina block a little bit ago as well. Was doing some really good stuff with the Saber, if I recall correctly, on that. But yeah, like having a little bit different this time around, having to deal with it against this, like the Jonathan Granblue, the prismatic weapons, all in case, believing in victory as we begin the pool.
Yep, 5-star event. Going to be able to secure a spot to the Side Games Tour Finals. Yeah. It all starts here in pool, so we will see how it gets underway. Right now we have CAG in the corner. Plus on block 2, M's very lucky in that aspect is Gran to keep up that pressure, but the throw break will give CAG another chance out.
Yeah, and I do like that, just like happy to like go in there for the run, but we're not doing anything. We're just going to call the 5U into the full conversion on there after. We're going to use a raise chain on there after. Okay.
Oh, good punish right there. Got the 2M to hit, but just didn't have any resources to really make it hurt. Oh, that is a very unsafe boot right there, but not going to be too much of a problem. Going to be able to get an ult boot conversion after the auto combo. Bepis taking the first round.
Yeah, Bepis just wanted to show off the sneakers. Like was like, hey, check out the style, check out the drip.
The Tims, brother. One of my favorite things when the game came out and they had the partner system, and somebody showed the line that Gran has. If you pick him, he goes, "Why does everyone keep talking about my boots?"
Yeah.
So y'all, the devs are paying attention. They're paying attention. They see what y'all are saying, and we're seeing Dome Piece getting rocked by the crossover JU. The Gran's really taking it to CAG right now.
I added up a couple of levels of that 5U. He's going to get a third on top of that on there. Looking really good into the stagger. Doesn't get anything else off of it, unfortunately.
Raich going to hit right there. Wonky hit, so not going to get all the way to the corner on the Alexandria hit.
Okay, doesn't official triple attack, and here he's going to give Montoon a chance to maybe strike back, and maybe we believed a little bit too much in that spit. All that skybound. No punish, though. Unfortunate. The situation all turning out for Bepis.
That is so unfortunate for Montoon. Had the hit that they needed to really turn the game on its head, but just not ready with the conversions. I get it. It's round 1 pool. It's your first one of the day.
Yes.
And, you know, maybe you didn't get a chance to warm up. You were out doing something, getting some lunch before you got in here. So, got to shake off the nerves here in game 2.
Yeah, definitely been like a lot of players. Montoon was definitely here bright and early for other games as well. So going to try to see how they can respond to this as Bepis takes on the lead here. Going to get a charge early on, fires off of the projectile, which is going to be air to air in the favor of Montoon.
I like this idea that Montoon is going to just playing a little bit more slow, just play around the traps a little bit more. As I say that, they run right into a 5U. That is a tough scene right there. But Bepis just maintaining the hyperactivity with Gran, because the damage potential you get if you're right on that is really good.
Yeah, Montoon did try to go for a raging strike. Nothing, didn't get anything for it because of the interruption on there. Trying to like set up the trap, and Bepis is not falling for it. Just going to go in with the knockdown and back into it, denied by the BC.
Ooh, tried to go for the shimmy H boot, but just not really quite confirming the whiff on any throw animation or attack animation. So that was a big punish opportunity. Once again, Montoon not able to really capitalize on it. So we'll see if we can get a little bit more of a stable gameplay. But oh my gosh.
Yeah, just from downtown at that. We've seen that like, what, 3 times here in this whole set? And each time, like, you have that little brief pause. It's like, oh no, I messed up. I messed up. I have to deal with the retribution that is coming my way. Set point for Bepis.
Consequences of my actions, man. I don't want to face them right now.
No, not at all. Trying to go for the cross-up, at least get the side switch on there. But we're going to get a little bit of momentum from Montoon. Back into the corner you go.
All right. Get the throw. Oh, but good timing on the spare body ultimate version. The reversal coming out into play now that we have the meter for it. Now we put him up in the corner, put the trap out. Good BC, counter hit, get as much advantage as you can to get out of that corner, because that's a dangerous spot to be in against CAG.
Oh, we are almost starting like a level 4. We already got a level 3. We've seen what Bepis can do with that from time to time. And here gets a nice confirm. Doesn't get the completing. Does not put the signature on the check.
Ooh, big punish opportunity there. The ult boot on block. We're missing a lot of these on block punishes. Unfortunately, Montoon may not just know the data or know the opportunities that they have, because they had a lot of chances to really take it to Gran for some some wonky placements of their specials, but Bepis gonna make it out 2-0.
Yeah, but a win is a win in the end. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter even if it was on stream. Even if we can go look back at it, you're looking mainly at the bracket. You see that 2-0 happen on there. And what I saw from Bepis was able to like using like the 5U and like the level up charges. Knew it was like, okay, I know what what to do after this and go ahead and get my combo. Like, really getting called out, calling out Montoon from time to time on that.
Yep. It just seemed like there were a lot of points where Montoon wasn't quite really sure about what the game plan that they wanted to adapt. I mentioned at the start of game 2, I like that they were slowing it down, because when you go against a Gran that's kind of just rushing in, putting out that traps can just give them another layer to think about so they don't get their way. But they didn't necessarily commit to it all the way through. Would have loved to see that, but kudos to Bepis for being able to maintain the Russian game plan and execute it to a win.
Opportunity, maybe if trying to mistimed some of those setups against Versusia. Kind of really curious to see what Raich does in those situations.
Yeah, he's got a lot of options too, being able to call out some bad death pillars if they go for that, or deadly pillars as I should call it. Just being able to zoom past it if they go for like a medium version and he's already rocketing in, that'd be a really good chance for an ult boot. But we'll see what Geita has in her toolkit with Versusia as we get underway. Going into the Ether real quick, making Versusia feel at home. It is a mother and a son bonding time here in Combo Breaker 2026 pools.
And like you were saying earlier, again, Raich should be a little bit fireball heavy on that, already immediately starting out with that long distance on the super jump in here. Gets rewarded with the corner and a combo to boot.
Yep, just exactly as I was saying at the top of it, being able to call out a bad pillar, especially if it's that medium version, trying to get all the way across the screen. Gran getting free reign to get in and get started, and we are getting started with a round 1 victory if we can complete the combo, SSB or SBA, to make it as simple as possible.
And that all started from a dash light attack so good, you might want to put it on a shirt.
Maybe. I don't know. Somebody should get on that.
Yeah. Someone tell side games.
All right, round 2, here we go. Going right back to the fireball. Big hit on that 5H right there. Already feeling out the range that Geita's trying to operate at. Try to roll through the fireball. Get a good hit right there to send them back to square one.
Okay, and I like what I'm seeing here. Calls out because Raich was going into a super jump one more time to get the approach in there. Gets the call out early on, but we get the side switch in here with the back throw from Raich.
That's crazy that they threw them out of the startup of the down special. Anicha being put out there to get some Oki, but just not quite the tool that you want to use right there.
Has the token available on deck here, so you got to worry about any sort of follow-up on the approach in there. Happy to throw out the fireball, throw out the columns one at a time.
Wow, I love the back jump to get out of the range of the boot. Got the 5H punish as well, but couldn't quite convert into anything that could seal the round. But there's a lot going in Geita's favor right now as she can close it out.
Got some absolutely beautiful spacing and the confirm coming in from Geita, a round each for both players.
Ooh-wee. Going to round 3 here. Here comes the Nimbus, not going to be able to follow up into anything, a very devious setup that you get if you have the 5U Celestial Dominion, but we're in the base form there, but now we are powered up, spending it right there to get the hard knockdown.
All right, we're trying to just approach with the neutral tool, with the Tims on deck here, trying to go for a throw, no dice here. We're trying to reach out with the 2-amp, doesn't get it, and we get another tech. You're still stuck in the corner, you're just waiting for an opportunity right now.
Yeah, this is also a really weird spacing for Versusia to try to fight her way out of. You mentioned that she does have very rangy normals that can help her in that aspect, but if Raich is just sitting back there throwing fireballs, it's still hard for her to find a way to get out of there, especially with that lurching run speed and wall speed that she has. It's tough.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a good point. And we saw that right there from the medium range with the fireball on it. Goes ahead with the conversion afterwards here, and that's going to be number 1 for Raich.
Yep, giving a sigh of relief right there, knowing that it did get it wasn't too close for comfort right there, because Geita has shown that she does have ways to really make Versusia's game plan effective against Gran, but I think Raich is starting to really start to figure something out here.
Yeah, we got caught with the ground unblockable in the air against Geita. We're back into the neutral a little bit of just blocking, getting a little bit of extra meter on top of that here. Trying to go for the grab, gets denied, and here comes the full combo courtesy of Gran and Raich.
I like the idea, but the spacing just didn't quite work out to get that throw. Didn't even get a chance to get a throw break opportunity for Gran to give yourself some space out. So it's rolling through the fireball. Do like that defensively. Looking for that throw, though. Going to get you thrown after the BC gets baited as well.
Yeah, just a little bit sooner, and Raich would have a full punish on that afterwards here. Does have access to the westward corner here. Happy to throw out the fireballs where they matter. Going to get the confirm with the farm.
Running up, not wanting to deal with the plus frames to BC out, but good dodge on that. We've seen Geita snipe that out a few times.
Oh, and on the way down, Saul reaching out, trying to like connect in there, and like Raich was so happy to go ahead with the confirm into set point.
Yeah, that long distance super jump has done wonders for Raich in a couple of interactions. Ooh, looking for that boost in the air already. Geita's going up there. Got the Celestial Dominion buff applied.
Oh, okay.
Couldn't quite get the confirm there with the Heavy Samsara.
You had to use the token in there just to make it safe, and we're going to get the call out with the sweep on there, and this time does get the confirm on there from the attempt throw from Geita.
Double 2Ls right there, but this is where Gran really shines in this matchup, just keeping her pinned down in this corner, put out those fireballs, and then threaten the 5U behind it. That's a very tough hill to climb, but we seem to be seeing the top of the mountain here as we get on out.
We're climbing. We're trying to climb up there. Little bit of a charge as we go into a nice dodge on the fireball, trying to meet up air-to-air missiles from Geita. Confirm in there, but the throw is going to put Geita into Super Skybound Hard territory.
Oh, once again, double throw bait, just hipping and hopping all the way to the top, and that is going to be Raich taking it 2-0 with a lot of throw baits to end things, getting a little bit crazy there, jumping around like it's House of Pain.
You might as well bring up that high-pitched sound at the top of the beat on there. Nice stuff from Raich, being able to go like. I like kind of keeping the distance for the most part, realizing like as soon as I have the corner here, I can control it down, like keep up with my far normals and here, throw it out there. I still have access to my my 2-1-4 option on there to bring it out there with the follow-up if I really need to beyond that. But basically was kind of keeping it simple, was even like going in like if I really need to approach in there, I'm going to go in with the super jump afterwards, and realize midway through, it's like, oh, you're starting to try to like grab on the throw here, might as well, what if I just jump onto the other side, let me get that punish. First one missed, everyone else confirmed.
Yep, it was basically, like you said, just keeping it real simple, real steady, just picking up on habits.
Yeah.
When you have that fireball game plan with a lot of the Shotos, it really does kind of give you a beat on what kind of player that I'm playing against right here, what are the options that they like doing in certain scenarios. And once they got to that game 2, it really felt like it had a complete download on like, okay, I've established this, you've shown me this, now I get to be a little bit more free with my movement, courtesy of that super jump, and then those throw baits as well to ending.
Right.
But I don't necessarily get to see them, I just know the anime profile picture. Yeah. So when I get out there and they're like, what's up, Zoma? And I'm like, hey, you? And then they tell me, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, no. Yeah, but I always feel bad when that happens.
I feel that on there. I love being able to put faces and names after the 5th time meeting people. That's just how it is sometimes. Like, but keep doing it. Keep saying hi to me out there.
Oh, yes, please. Yes.
I love talking to people. I love talking to you all, and I love talking about Granblue Fantasy Versus because we're about to get into our battle right now.
Yep, going into Fiendrock, home of the Dragon Knights. Lancelot trying to feel at home up against Lowain, who's coming through with the bro fam, Sammy and Tommy huddling up, trying to figure out a winning strategy for Tux up against Jukem.
Like in my case, like there's like he's dressed way too nice. His fit is clean. We do not have that on.
No, bro. It's like, yeah, bro. Where can we get one of those from the ship? Where did he get that from?
Yeah, we gotta get 3 of them, man. That's too much money.
That's way too much. We don't make enough as a chef, man.
No.
We get paid in just 2 rupees an hour, man. The colors cost 500 alone.
Yeah, the die gets it's expensive on there. Triple attack into the low to begin things from Tux.
Oh, I wanted to see if we can just get an early 2H, just letting them know that that turbulence is not okay, man. But here we go. We'll be able to set out double cat bots. Can't BC there when he's in the sky. Yep. That is a built-in BC bait. So Jukem going to have to figure that out here early, but not going to get the chance here. Just setting up the bros over and over again. Cat bot, what do you do, man? What do you do?
Cat bot's a bro, too, on there afterwards. Going to go ahead with the Raging Striker. Going to get a human pyramid attack. Play with the Roman candles. Hey!
Reload. Wrong game.
Yeah.
My bad, y'all. My bad, y'all. Anyway.
Shout out to that game, though.
Shout out to Uni. Shout out to Uni.
Yeah.
So here we go. But shouts out rib in, or knee in chest right here. Ooh, I think they were trying to go for a little bit of throw bait action right there. Just didn't quite work out. Got the back up instead. So Tux got a little bit more chances. Ooh, here we go. Gonna get the H-Cat or the H-Cat about to go over with the 6H as well. Big confirm right there. Cook Lancelot in the corner.
Ooh,
2H.
and 2H is going to make more than effect on that here. You're going to go ahead, set up one more time with the low. Just going in for the throw tech on the grab. Another time with the Katalina bot gets denied, but the throw was get the block, got the throw, got the finish on there. Tux up 1.
You know what's crazy about Lowain is that you know that he has access to a lot of, like, you know he has access to setups, you know you're going to get put in them a lot. But it just feels like with every single Lowain player, there's a setup that they're more oriented around than other people. And it's like an encyclopedic knowledge of these tricks and tips that you need up against Lowain if you're going to go up against him in bracket. You never know which one you're going to get.
No, you're going to have to like play with your cards and kind of guess as like more experience goes. The come at me, bro, but the call out from Jukem on there. The multi-hit's going to teleport to the other side, get that corner as a result. Jukem's got some tech too.
Absolutely. You got setups, I got them too. I love that one just to beat out the Brave counter. And now getting in and going to be able to get an SBA if we opt for it. We are at 1 BP, so give us one, take one away. Guess for game here.
Yeah, might as well just make sure that they have less and less to deal with here. Super Skybound is on the table, but we only need regular because the pros are coming out to play. Was already falling down because the armor was going to hit. Big damage incoming for Tux.
Send him away, get ourselves the second BP right back. Get a little bit of eating.
Goodness.
My boy Tommy from the top rope. Where are you going?
We just saw WrestleMania for the first time, and we got to imitate some moves.
Absolutely, just right off there, hitting the Sky Pirate right there. Taking to the skies is Lancelot going to be able to get the wall jump here. Gorilla Blade to get in. Good spacing right there, so the advantage working out right there. Now putting Tux in a bad spot.
Oh, trying to go in for the Raging Strikes. Gets denied by Jukem, and then hold on here. We got the Skybound on our territory. We just may not just be enough here, but you at least get one of those bravery points out of the way.
Yep, and importantly, doesn't have access to HPA, so they got to bet it all on the ultimate awesome sauce to get on out of there. And didn't want to bet it, just taking the throw there, no escape. That's perfect there for Jukem, answering the call.
Yeah, and I like that. And still surviving on the winner's side right now, not going down without a 5, but you got to deal with 3 people.
Oh, tried to dodge the rockets, but they are delayed in how they last on the screen. So if you don't have the timing, you have access to a combo after the fact. And you get access to a combo if you get the counter hit on the dashing normal. And that could be it if we finish it out here with the HPA SBA. And now I spell a W here, 7 golden letters in a toe for Tux.
And you could hear, I don't know if you could hear the crowd from where you are, but you could hear them, hey, every time the Roman candle's gone out. Closer and closer to fireworks season here in the area. So definitely going to be going to be with that on there. But hey, shout out Tux, moving on. I do like how Jukem was trying to get away. They're using the wall jump that Lancelot has to try to get away, but like Tux was just one step ahead. Happy to get on there with the FF, the 6H overhead, and just went on from there.
Yeah, there were a lot of things that Jukem was implementing. They had a really strong round in that second round in the second game, so that perfect. But Tux just, I mean, had too many tricks with the Lowain, and unfortunately, you got a first to 2, you got to figure it out as soon as possible, and just couldn't quite seem to get it done. But shouts out to Tux, moving on. Yeah, Lowain on the part of a JuniorJunes.
Yeah, JuniorJunes. I believe JuniorJunes, I think, on that. Maybe. Like, you need to double check on that. But I do know that they've been playing a bunch of different games lately. I know I've seen them on the Invisible Versus as well.
Oh, so, really? Okay,
yeah,
cool,
so
cool.
Been making the work. In the meantime, though, having to deal against Callisto's well-known Katalina.
Yep. Spoken about in the Legends of Yore around here. It's like a Chicago folklore.
Oh yeah, you get hit with the 2U into Sky Balnart. That's a Callisto, baby.
That's the Callisto special. Already gambling on that 6H. Callisto already feeling like they have the advantage here, and they already have the screen position. Good reaction on the spot dodge, but you don't get to punish that, unfortunately, if you punish or you spot dodge the parry.
Yeah, cancels out of the 5U, just get the approach on there. Does get a little bit on the jump in, but unfortunately could not convert. This time though, we get the corner, we get the crumple on there, and we get a big combo afterwards.
All right, looking for the frame kill. Oh, but still able to catch him after the whip on the throw. The 2L5L not going to get a huge punch of damage here, so we get a chance to ult TP on out of there.
Now we're going to switch over to the other side, let the Katalina bot do the work, but the pause into the throw, bring it down the first round for Callisto.
Yeah, you already saw from the word go that they were basically feeling very confident, and against Lowain, got to be confident. No hesitation up against a lot of stuff that JuniorJunes is doing. So here we go, already to the corner with you.
I love that call out in there. Just got rid of the Katalina bot immediately on there. Does not like seeing the likeness on the stage, and was able to go ahead and use it to go ahead and get the corner too.
Absolutely. Dodging on the jump over. Oh, and I don't know if they confirmed that, but the counter hit going to work out right there with the heavy awesome sauce. Trying to dodge the bro setup. Can't do that one, unfortunately. Going to have to block low and then block high. I would know. I messed up on it.
Oh, but we're going to have to guess on that. We're going to go low into the follow. We're going to finish off the human pyramid attack. Set off the missiles back in there. Use a BC to get out of the situation. Now Callisto at 1.
Oh, I don't know about that parry, but maybe trying to get an anti-air there. Oh, also kind of weird right there, kind of walking up at him. But here we go, going to be able to cash out a BP and spend it on a very stable combo. Callisto taking it 1-0, home crowd popping off for him.
Yeah, it looked like Callisto was realizing got the crumple, but maybe too far away to get the full combo. Maybe there's a little bit of confidence in there. Let's just make sure we get the right confirm. Has been winning in these trade-offs for the most part here.
Oh, trying to deny any bit of pressure from Lowain, going to that DP really early there.
Ooh, and just waits it out, wait for the clash to confirm from the 6-6L against JuniorJunes. Going to wait it out, but we're going to go in with the block instantly on their enchant lands. Going to get the hit.
Oh, and a couple of times that Wall of Light follow-up where they advance up, go into that 2L, has worked out in in Callisto's favor. Not quite ready to react. Not quite ready to react to that low either. It is 23 frames. It's very hard. It gets everyone at every level, man.
I'm wondering if Callisto was trying to also time it immediately for the dodge afterwards and try to get a little bit of damage on there. Does get the frozen sword, and we're going to get the confirm into the champ lands, wall splat, and everything else in between. That's set point time for Callisto.
Yeah, I got the full 2L, 5L confirmed to get into the maximum amount of damage and corner carry that they needed to close out that round. So good stuff there with the routing by Callisto.
Again, getting denied, but we're going to go ahead. Happy with the knockdown. Been blocking on the, trying to cross up from JuniorJunes.
All right, class recognition once again going to work out for Callisto. Just been a lot better at canceling into that 2M in those spots. Getting reversal on out of there. That we had the meter, we had the resources to deny Katalina any chance at offense, but we're right back in there.
All right, checking with this 2M one more time, just waiting for any sort of button to approach or JuniorJunes to try to get out of the corner here. Doesn't get anything on the throw. The Katalina bots are helping out on that, but the confirm into the frozen blade. That should definitely be it. Go ahead, spin that meter, finish the job, sign the paycheck.
Yep, absolutely great stuff right there. Callisto implementing those delay buttons so effectively. The 5L and then closing it out with just the weight into the 5H. Just feeling like they had to feel like the seat was hot when Katalina was just running up on them. And I mean, Lowain has the hots for her, so he can get a little bit nervous in the face of a pretty lady night. None of us are immune to the hot lady night.
No, not at all on that. And Callisto moving on in the bracket has to show off that aura on stream, of course, on his very own stream.
Yep.
Got to show up as like, oh, you're playing on my stream. Hold on, let me put a quarter up here.
This is my locker. So it is. So it is. Anywho.
You and keep you on your toes too. Bringing out the seal, like going in forward with like 6U in there.
Yep.
Like get on there, you get the 2 hits on the jumping M on there. If you're not aware of that, you're going to get hit by one, or if you try to act too quickly.
Yep, BC safe as well, so she can keep up offense at a moment's notice. So very, very good in a variety of aspects, not just with the zoning, but being able to switch up her approach. And Monarch doing a really good job of knowing when to switch in and out. But on the other side, Belial's a character in Alice. She can use a lot of his tools to a myriad of situations. One of the best, if not the best, all-arounder in this game.
Yeah, still has like access to a great 2L in there. Being able to have like set up between the DP if you have the plus version with the medium like on there afterwards here. You have so many good duels with the projectile in there, being able to pull that back, vacuum them in a little bit.
Yep, the Goetia, especially the ultimate variety, could come into play up against Monarch trying to claim space with the arrows of Metera. But here we go. Winner of this will make it out of pools, I believe. And it all we'll see, it all starts right here, getting a 6-6L here early. Getting a life advantage against Metera and zoners in general is very valuable.
Yeah, like you definitely want to be up close and personal in this situation here. Going to go ahead with the block. Just happy to go for the back throw. Interesting decision coming in from Alice, but she's holding them down, like getting in with the Goetia.
I got popped up by it as well. Going to be able to spot dodge the ultimate variety of the move. Being very patient in the neutral, and I definitely feel that 66 seconds left, but got clipped by the butterfly. Not a lot of damage after that, though, so you're all good.
And this is exactly where you don't want to be against Monarch, because you got the confirm on there afterwards. He set up the seal yet again, and it's going to hit, and you get the full follow-up on there. Skybound art is available just in case you want to spin that on there. You're just going to go with there it is.
Yeah, I found the wrong time to try to advance in against Metera. Monarch doing a really good job stopping that in its tracks, and now having you in the corner. Got to find your way out. Unfortunately, the far H is going to come for you. Got to spot dodge that or roll it, but it's very hard. That move is quite fast for what it is.
Yeah, especially when you're like holding it down between like throwing out like the Starry Sky and the seal on there afterwards here. You saw that like perfect placement in there to prevent Belial from even getting close to Monarch.
Yeah, but now we're up close and personal. Daddy wants a little bit of sugar. Maybe we get a little bit of 5U action up against some of the distance tools. I don't know, but right now they're going to have to figure something out here because Monarch, despite the health disadvantage, feels a little comfortable. And just like that, Metera's the one that's up.
Yeah, just happy to throw out the 5H on there afterwards here, letting the seal pass by on there. Spinning. Alice is having to spin a lot of meter and not getting a lot of benefit from it, unfortunately.
Yep. Ooh, able to invincible their way through the butterfly seal because of the heavy DP, so that could have potentially been a disastrous GameStop trade combo.
And we're getting very close to potential chip, but it's just going to be a normal hit to finish off the job. Game number 1 going to Monarch.
Yep, Monarch takes this. They got one more until they can get out of Pool's winner's side like he is projected to do. But we'll see if Alice can do something after to prevent that from happening. Maybe shake things up a little bit here in the bracket up against what many people believe the favorite of this.
Yes, indeed here. But we got Alice coming back in with the 6XL back into the corner. Familiar setup on here, but it just he's going to go in for the throw, just kind of keeping it down with the follow-up on Geita.
Ooh, love the delay close heavy right there. The stagger pressure of Belial up in the corner is so oppressive, but unfortunately couldn't cash out the drop there on the 2M. That would have potentially been the end of Metera.
Yeah, extremely unfortunate. You definitely wanted to finish that round because now Monarch has a chance to turn this around, has the medium to long range distance, tried to go in for the ultimate skill, and Monarch was more than ready on the follow-up, and you are going all the way to the other corner here. Spin some of that meter afterwards, fall man into a seal setup.
That's so tough, but Alice, you gotta be calm here. 40 seconds are left on the clock. You still have the health lead, and again, you get the right time. Not sure what happened there. Maybe just an error on the inputs, but it was a very strange neutral jump that gets anti-aired by Belial. So Alice, good job keeping her head on her shoulders there, despite the unfortunate circumstances prior.
Yeah, I think that was supposed to be a TK Starry Sky, and it went into super jump on there afterwards. So Alice was able to take full advantage of that here. Now here comes the 5L into the seal afterwards.
Oh, wow, the heavy DP not going to work out. Notoria going to be silenced right there, but not a lot of damage. Metera not quite having the capability to do anything about it. We jump on in there, get a good and clean hit here for Belial and the corner after this.
Triple attack in there, going to go in with the follow-up. The combo limit is hit on there. Uses the BC, but just gets right back into it. We're going to go in with the throw. Nearly half that life bar is gone on Monarch's side.
All right, looking for that far H. Finally getting a chance to BC on out of there. Put out the ultimate butterfly as well. She's very, very good at post-BC, being able to reclaim advantage when she has that 50 meter to send out the ultimate ethereal seal.
Like holds it back in there, lets the seal pass on there afterwards. So we're happy to go in for the throw. No escape on that too. So we're gonna have to control until the 5L. One of those attacks that just come out. It comes out so quickly, and that's all that Monarch needed to finish it out into set point.
That was really the last option that he had. No meter for DP, no BP as well for a Brave counter. So bet it all on that 5L. Very strong far L that Metera has as well. Very disjointed. Hits the ground at a very good spot to prevent any resets of pressure, mainly for 6XL. Found the right time for it, and a great time to get the heavy anti-air right there to snipe him out of the sky.
Yeah, finally baited out the jump on there afterwards, but we go in for the heavy DP. Gets going to get punished for it, and it's going to be Monarch moving on in winners round 3.
Yep. It's never a great time to have your reversal baited, but it's even worse when you have both butterflies in your face. Metera going to be able to cash out on both of those procs to get the damage that they need to secure it up against Belial. Monarch moving on with the Metera, still looking poised to be one of the best people in this bracket so far.
Yeah, definitely highly seeded for a reason on there. Like what I was seeing from Alice on there, just realizing like, okay, I got to take some risks on here because the was getting some approach in there with the 6XL, but Monarch was starting to be like, you know what? I know you're trying to call it out. I'm going to call that out from a distance on here. May give you the warning on here. You're going to have to rethink your plans.
Yep, exactly.
So always a bad feeling.
Yep, but here we go. It's going to be the Ferry. Not playing any games, of course. You only got FT2, so you can't mess around too much in this nature. And I feel like Lowain is a character that commands enough respect from BEPaw to just go in there with the Ferry. And honestly, even if you're early in bracket, I think you really want to have that main character going the whole time. So you feel warm. You feel like you're workshopping stuff throughout day one, just being like, oh, this didn't really feel good. Go back to the hotel room, maybe clean some things up, and have a little bit of footage to look at when you go into day two if you make it that far. But we'll see when Marksman denies any further advancement in the winner side of the bracket here with the Lowain. He's got a pretty good track record so far today.
Yeah, so far today on there. So see like what that record count looks like at the very end of this here. In the meantime, though, let's go.
Rolling on through.
All right, we're going to go ahead and vacuum back in there afterwards here. Enough time to set up that, like a GG on there afterwards here. We're going in for the slide into the awesome stuff. Going to get rewarded with the corner.
Yep, quick 5L mash as well to try to get on out of there. Cashing out into the 50-meter to get the hard knockdown. Side switch denied, though. The throw going to work out of there post GG. And just hopping right back on there. Left, right, it doesn't matter. It just feels like Marksman is just running all over the place. And BEPaw trying to figure out how to make heads or tails of it.
All right, brings out like the friends like running with the wheel of fire. GG is going to get put behind, doesn't actually hit MRK at all on here, so we're going to go in with the confirm.
It's interesting though that Marksman has opted to roll, not necessarily in reaction to anything, but just trying to do it on call-out timing. So I wonder if BEPaw is going to adjust how they approach neutral. Oh, but they didn't adjust their combo for combo limit, but we don't get the punish.
We don't get it, and we're missing it with the Granblue handshake comes into mind. GG, help us out here.
Running away from it just to prevent getting locked down. That is so tough. BEPaw now devoid of resources other than the BP, but that's no good unless we can get in. And we got ourselves some food and some family. Oh. We are all getting together around the table. It's a family reunion. Old bro will cashing out.
Yeah, you got to pay the family dinner prices on top of that here. First round going to MRK on air. BEPaw not taking it lying down.
Yeah, family dinner prices are crazy. You see the deep dish pizza prices they got in Chicago? It's crazy. Illuminati will charge you an arm and a leg just to get a slice, but get a sliver of damage right here, being able to get the GG confirmed. Now putting Marksman into the corner and putting the GG right back out here. DP, I dare ya. Yeah,
nothing else on that. Unfortunately, that's going to be a full wall splat on here. He's going to have the conversion this time. Just going to set up the ball afterwards just to make sure it goes in for the F. Cheeky, bring it down.
Oh, man, yeah, BEPaw probably got to be shaking their head right now, just being like, all right, I'm not necessarily the cleanest gameplay, but we were able to at least get a perfect on the board, get a little bit of confidence restored, and it looks like they're moving with a little bit more of affirmation in their mind. But rolling on through here, again, these roll timings, I'm waiting for BEPaw to call it out.
Maybe trying to see where the match is going, like trying to understand MRK's situation on this. We're going to call it, try to do something. Maybe thought they could get around the GG, but no, not just quite.
Oh, got the extended hurt box right there too. No BC on that. That's a common point that you want to brave counter because that's a counter hit, and you would be able to get that counter hit knockdown. And the extended hurt box once again interacting with the DP there. Now we're eating some food here, trying to get ourselves a little bit more of a lease on life.
I wonder if maybe going for the second food on there was a bad option in there because GG was coming out in the play. They couldn't get away in time, and now they had to think about 3 different things as BEPaw was approaching. Yeah,
Marksman trying to go and give themselves a little bit more time on that clock, but the time was running out as BEPaw was hunting them down. Despite the health lead, can get very aggressive and making sure that you're not comfortable at any part of the stage. And round start, definitely not comfortable because they just swing that big old 5M. But we've done a really good job of getting these extended hurt boxes that come out on these moves.
Yeah, definitely been cognizant of that. Love to see it, but we're going to get knocked down into the corner there. Love that pause in there, waiting for BEPaw to see any action in there. Went for the back throw to get rid of GG too.
Risky gambit to throw there, but if they're not doing an immediate action, that is something that you do have access to, and just being able to call it out. And now we're calling upon Iggy to help us out here. Let's see if BEPaw knows the minigame. They've got to be somewhat familiar with this by now.
All right, hi Mom, how's it going? Can you dodge all this? One more time, just gonna hold back, okay?
Oh, okay, yeah, they've done their homework. They've done their homework. I also do love the fact that they had all that health, so they didn't even gamble on trying to spot dodge the spark, just only spot dodging on the unblockable from the lava floor. So good stuff right there from BEPaw, showing a little bit of matchup knowledge.
Yeah, and we're going to go ahead. This is set point for BEPaw, so we're going to go in one more time, trying to avoid the GG with what you were talking about earlier. Just keeps trying to roll in, and BEPaw's like, no, 5L, get out of here.
So good they made GIFs out of it, brother. So we got to mind your business. And again, the delay reversal option there. First time it was thrown, now it's them going towards the ground. But now you're going to be face first in the ground as we finish with a 2-0 Ferry victory. BEPaw moving on.
Yeah. Shout out to BEPaw on that. Love seeing their Granblue play. I remember seeing them back in the BB tag days, like playing that game, winning. I think won CB 2024, I believe, in BB tag. Need to double check that to be sure, but has been put in the work in multiple games and right now as well.
Yep. They are doing a really good job with that Ferry, just doing things that they're known to do.
Yeah,
the Midwest knows them well for being able to really showcase the strengths of the character, especially in this current version of the game. Some people believe that she is one of the best in the current version of the game. It is a zoner meta after all, so Ferry being of that archetype, benefiting very much so. The only thing is you have to really deal with the low health, but you know what? Ferry just making it irrelevant at that point.
Yeah, no, at that point, I like the call out, realizing that, like, okay, trying to go back to the game plan. We're trying to get, like, in the role. And it's like, no, I'm not going to let you do that. I'm going to go for that 5L time after time again. But
and that is something that you get at a 5-star event. This is the first 5-star event stop in North America, the second one overall. Kawasaki taking the first one in EVO Japan. So Raich looking to be one of the people going for it, one of the highly seeded people in this event. The Gran traveling around these parts, but up against Hashiro, they will be on the Belial. So we will see a little bit of tried and true story action.
Yeah, 2 returning characters to the screen. Raich, what we saw earlier on there was just happy enough to, like, kind of play the fireball game, kind of keep it at the distance on here. We'll see how they deal against Big Snorb Hashiro on the Belial.
All right, shoulder check, the subway slammer right there from Belial. Right back at you with the hilt of the sword, keeping them in the corner. I'm curious how Hashiro's going to get out of this corner pressure. Belial has tools, but not going to be able to use them now.
Yeah, it was a little bit too far away to, like, even think about, like, some of the DP options on there, and already was spinning that Skybound Art, get rid of one of those bravery points on top of that here, and really not being able to get anything else. Finally being able to start the turn thanks to the 60 out, gets denied with the sweep.
That's crazy. I know Gran players love that 2U, but using the 2U right there to interrupt the ultimate Osmodeus, that is very creative. I don't think I've seen that interaction before, but that's good stuff there from Raich.
Yeah, that was immediate 2 on there. Potentially on there. A little bit too far away for a second one on that, but going ahead with the punish on there. Raich takes the first round.
Good stuff there with that 5H, denying the approach. Hashiro had to make something happen, but just denied. Gran, I know, is considered like the vanilla spread shoulder character, but don't be fooled. He does have some pretty good range on some of his normals, especially that 5H.
Yeah, especially if you're learning about Granblue and you want to play this game, that's one of the characters that you can always play in the free-to-play version of it, and definitely has a little bit of sauce, like Raich is saying right now.
They'll put him in the corner right here, and with those plus on block 2Ms, not a Belial exclusive, Gran also has access to it, so his corner pressure can have a very scary structure to it, but you find the right time out of there, and some meter to boot to get some corner carry, and now Gran is the one with his Tims up against the back wall.
All right, a little bit of stabby stab, but we're trying to get onto the other side. Doesn't get anything on the cross-up. We got the block on there afterwards. We're trying to find a button, and nothing is being hit.
Dodge on the ultimate Osmodeus. 5U to feint a little bit. Just throwing them for a loop here. What am I going to be doing to end our block strings?
We get a little bit of a jump in, but nothing else follow up on that. Okay, hits with the 2L, a little bit of the denial on here, back into it. We could easily be chipped down. The Goetia beats out the projectile from Raich and was able to get the confirm for Hashiro. Okay, I see you.
Okay, I love the counter zoning right there. Had access to it, and against somebody like we've been mentioning, loving to go to that fireball neutral, when you have access to that 50 meter, that's an invaluable tool to have, as is the far H to get the party started.
Party not quite over yet. You forgot that. Bringing the snack, the back throw on there. Raich is trying to go in with these follow-ups on here, and we get the deny on the Goetia, but not on the follow-up on there. That was sneaky. That was sneaky.
That's crazy though. Goetia being out there, the follow-up, vacuuming them back in to continue the combo. That is so crazy, but I love that. Shouts out to Eddie Murphy, party all the time. Indeed, we're still going crazy here. The fiesta has not stopped.
Super Skybound Art available for Raich. Trying to get onto the other side. Beats out on the Raging Strike opportunity for Hashiro. You'll see where to go. Already spinning a BP against him. Has plenty of money. Raich is on that. 1 BP, 0 BP now. Extra damage on the table. Not that you need it, because there it is for Hashiro. 1 match in.
Man, yeah, that was a really tough spot to be in as well. And I love the fact that they dumped all their resources to force that chip situation because they were committed to spending all of it on those Osmodiuses to force Raich to make a decision. And unfortunately, the decision was just the wrong one at that time. Just got caught on the backdash. But here we go, putting them in the corner here.
The early whip punish gives us the advantage on it, and we're going to go ahead and get the follow-up on here. Happy to keep from the distance, fire off the shotgun blast, keep Hashiro in the corner.
Reaching back into that follow-up, but it's a good time to PC and keep Belial in the corner. Looking for that anti-air, but an air stall premium option for situations just like that in this game. Belial does have it all.
Yeah, you've got to work on your timing on that, unfortunately, because like with 2H, if you get the stall up, and we're going to go with the follow-up into the EX. One more touch and go in for the, not quite the combo limit, trying to get it for a reset.
Ooh, no escape right there on our own offense. That is tough. And a little bit of twitchy fingers right there. Oh, couldn't quite put our fingers in the right position to continue that combo, but the 2M going to hit right at the ankle, confirm into the ultimate Goetia. It's a very scary spot to be in. A strike and a throw will kill.
Yeah, did hit the combo limit, get the dodge into the 6XL. Can't get the follow-up, just a little too far away here. Trying to go in for the raging strike. Raich was already up in the sky. What's she trying to hit? Hashiro gets the round to keep alive.
That is so tough. The Notoria was right, but the spacing was not. It was just only the first hit. If they got the rest of the successive hits of that DP, that was game for Belial.
Yes, yes, absolutely on there. Would have been a very different battle. Would have been set point for Hashiro at that point here. Trying to, okay, we are a little bit of spaghetti on the deck here. We're going to go with the follow-up, confirm into the corner, but Raich uses the brave counter just to get out of the situation.
All right, RH confirmed into the overdrive surge, slowly pushing Belial back into the corner. Caught low again. The throw baits, though, have been so clean, though. Hashiro's going to have to adapt defensively. Otherwise, this tool that was going well for them earlier in the bracket is still going to work out here in this round.
And you're going to go ahead and skybound our Zeta, like with the steals away one of those BP. It doesn't need much else afterwards with the confirm. Brings out with the 2L right on the board as well.
Yep. Making a set out of it, though, is Hashiro. So this is going to be a barn burner, potentially, to get out of Pool's winner's side. Both of them have qualified for round 2, but you would much rather have that winner's side safety net as you're going through a shark's nest of competitors here at Combo Breaker.
Absolutely. Being a Side Games Cup event on this, you gotta like make sure you try to get that spot, and you want every advantage that you can get.
All right, Fireball War going to be one out in the end with the quick 6XL. Get it right back in there. And again, these BC throw baits just taken to the skies. We need to see a little bit more patience, a little bit more reservedness in reaching for the skies.
I do like that Raich is starting to notice that like a little bit more, like, and being able to punish on that, and that has led it to multiple rounds now being won by Raich from that alone. Just keeping up the pressure. It's now set point for Raich.
And we'll see if we can keep it up right here. Honestly, it's been, whenever Belial has a strong advantage, it's been all Hashiro all time. But it's just when they get put into that really scary spot, and I get it, being in the corner against Gran is very scary, so you do want to do something to try to get out. But Raich has just been doing a great job catching on to those habits, and we'll see if we can figure out a way. No, there it goes again, getting baited.
Oh, we are trying to like dodge on there through there. Got thrown yet again. Last opportunity here. Super Skybound Art is on the table, and you got the confirmed to spin a little bit of that ultimate skill to get the side switch. All right, far out right there, just keeping them locked down, looking for the shimmy, and I think Raich is just content to take the throw here because they would much rather get thrown than get opened up by a strike like you did right here. Can we confirm it in the SSBA? No, that would have killed! Oh, Ultimate Asmodeus gets denied. Super jump out of the way here. Going to get catch with the 2M, does not convert the flight though. Oh, do you hit? Do you land in time? No, you don't. The confirm from Skybound Art brings it down. Raich is going to take that 2-1.
Oh man, I feel for Hashiro though. They had the touch to win the round, but just didn't quite really know the route because of the aerial hit to go into the SSBA, so they opted for the reset. But Raich's going to be able to take it out of that fortunate circumstance for them.
Oh, that's such a heartbreaker too, because you know, like they had the right idea, they could see it in their mind's eye, and just wasn't able to convert it, put the dream to paper at that point. So that's unfortunate. But Raich, really good job of being aware of some of the tendencies, was being very Belial was being very active at that point, like even to the point where it was like, oh, we're trying to dodge, we're trying to do anything to get out of the corner, and none of that was working. Just like it's like, you know what, stamp on that, I'm going to go through.
Yep, absolutely. We do see them adopt sort of that 5U fireball spacing game against most people in the corner, but once they, like you said, pointed out the fact that they, were very active and being very susceptible to those throw baits, they were like, oh, I'm just going to go ahead and do this. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And it was literally just interaction after interaction that they won off of that throughout the entire set. So good stuff to them.
Home for certain on here. Buttons all checked. We're all copacetic on there, and we're going in. We're locking in on the Ferry on the P1 side. What's P2? We sticking with the Nier, getting the headset on.
Oh, I also like that they went for the lollipop just to maybe just calm themselves a little bit there, just give themselves a little bit more
Get
of
a tasty
attention.
treat.
Tasty treat, yeah. Yep. Also, I saw them offer them to one, and I was like, "What are they giving them?" And it was like, "Yeah, just put a Tootsie Roll Pop in there, but give yourself something to chew on, and maybe release a little bit of tension as you're playing." So
yeah, just something to keep your focus on. Like it always helps. Like get some chewing gum, get anything like that. So
yeah, I mean, like that buff. It feels like it's not real, but that buff is real. When I was taking high school, college, gum was the MVP for real. For real.
Yeah. Shout out to Gum making it happen.
Shout out to all the gum companies out there. Double Bubble.
Yep.
Those actually don't shout out Double Bubble. Those don't last.
No. Like. Yeah, no, not at all. Not the old fruit stripes that didn't last at all. Like they had like 5 seconds of flavor. Regardless, though, here we go. Ferry versus Nier, returning death immediately on the stage.
Already going for the Love's Redemption there early in the air, so kind of getting a peek into the neutral game plan. I think maybe just anticipating a Tarzan swing early from BEPaw, but not BEPaw sticking to the ground so far. But we're already taking to the skies a lot as Nier, Kellz, really giving BEPaw a look at what they're trying to do in neutral.
I'm trying to go on with the pirouette. Actually vacuums in now, so we're going to give Kellz an opportunity to play a little bit of volleyball and actually use the skybound art that they built up in here. Half the life bar is gone from BEPaw's side.
Yeah, unfortunately chose to mash on the ominous turn. Misfortune's the one that you really want to mash on after the death skill that I'm referring to. But Ghana kind of got caught there. But this time B seeing after it so they can do that.
Oh, and the F Shiki coming out to play there, like bringing up with the jumping, and we just do it again. Promenade, do the dance.
Why are you on the other side? What happened? What happened? Bring him back over here. Is this a fancy combo?
What the heck? What the heck? And you talk to Misfortune. Gigi's gonna finish the job on that. Oh, are we in a combo music video?
We might be in the CMV.
Oh,
we might be in the CMV.
Goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, BEPaw. That was beautiful.
Oh, man, I've never seen that route before. That was really stylish, man. I love that. I always love the rebound combos, a little bit of volleyball action being played with the set play tool. I love when that happens. And gotta love all the F-Shikis that have been happening. The instant jump JL have been really working out here. And you kind of want to take that, especially when you're early, because it's the least amount of damage from the interaction that can happen.
Yeah, so absolutely.
I don't blame Kelly for just opting to take the overhead.
Kellz was trying to put up a lot of pressure, but ended up running out of death meter for that. Had to try to build up that redemption just a little bit more. So just basically was in at the end of the turn.
Yep, but the added speed to the cooldown timer of that Love's Redemption gauge has really helped her thrive more in neutral. She has access to her best friend to make her feel whole again.
Like holding it down here. BEPaw happy to keep on the life lead. Doesn't need to really go in. Just want to keep that distance in here. Kellz got to make the answer.
Yep. Again, I love finding the right time to BC up against that ultimate skill. Just take death out of the equation and put you right back into the corner. Combo limit not going to work out right there. And again, mashing on the ominous turn. I feel like maybe there's just a flub of inputs. Maybe still looking for that brave counter, but they're getting an attack instead. Not quite sure. But still, nothing really bad happening as a result of that. Put out the orb. Chip him down, and Gigi just waiting. Checkmate, man.
Yeah, unfortunate at that. Like the extra hits on there, God, just adds up, brings up the big words on that, and we're just immediately going into the rematch here. Continue up one on BEPaw's side.
All right, swiping at the feet, but not quite enough to get the landing recovery. But this time, going for the dive kick in. Good combo, good bit of damage, and any early life advantage is huge for Ferry, but not as huge as the big old lady herself. Death coming out and evening things early again.
Yeah, gets denied early on after the end from BEPaw. Happy to go in, throw out GG, keep Kelly into the corner.
Yep, promptly maintaining that position as well, swatting away both Nier and her friend, and great use of the close medium, the great anti-air tool when they're trying to occupy that space right above your head top, and you gotta watch your own as the F-Shiki gonna land once again. The rising JL is a devious tool when you're down to that much health.
Yeah, time and time again, BEPaw has locked in with a full focus on there, realizing like anytime that I need to go to the ATM, I can cash out with that.
4 numbers and I'm good. Trying to get 4 round wins as well to advance into round 2 of winner side pools. I do love Kellz doing these empty jumps, trying to get any sort of movement in, but BEPaw just being a very stout and stalwart wall, making it really hard for any approach.
I do like the use of the far heavy on there just to get like a little bit of hit. Gets denied early on from death. Like you'll have to wait it out just a little bit more. It's all Nier all the time right now, but unfortunately BEPaw is going to get the punish into the combo limit. Set up GG one more time, and there's the throw into the damage.
And the orb should do it, the orb of confusion, but don't be confused if you see BEPaw maintaining that top position in the bracket, because they have made it through to round 2 winner's side. And Kellz will still be advancing, but the loser's side is a tougher hill to climb.
Yeah, shout out to BEPaw for making it all the way, like on the way through. Like still has a little bit of a ways to go. Kellz is going to have to, push out of the way there. Have to think it through. It just really felt like didn't have an answer for a lot of the Ferry matchup that entire time, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, I understand, again, they were opting to take that overhead on the rising JL, but eventually as a low health character like Nier, those hits do add up, and if you're not winning those neutral interactions consistently, they add up to your death.
Yeah, that is what it is, and like they were just a lot of the. I definitely feel like Kellz is going to go back to the lab and just try to say like, what can I do in this particular situation that BEPaw has been putting me in. Yeah,
they had some good answers. Like I said, I love the empty jumps in, not necessarily committing to an option so where they get counter hit into a larger combo. So they did have a good layer 1 in terms of how they wanted to approach it. It was just a matter of not being able to capitalize on it, and once BEPaw started to really clue in on when they would do it at closer ranges so they would get that close medium anti-air, they had to figure out another way to get themselves in.
Right.
And I think it was just too little too late for them.
Yeah, unfortunately. Like any option that Monarch could bring out forward.
So I'm going to let you in on a little secret.
Tell me.
I don't think Mari's good. I don't think that the setups are really good, and I don't think that they're going to get a lot of usage here in this matchup. I would love to see in version 2.6 a little bit more utility for Mari, maybe because of the added startup, it has more priority as a projectile.
Right.
So maybe that could be the case, but we'll see what they do here with Meg up against Metera. Monarch versus Oreo, let's get into it.
Okay. Getting right into it. Just notice that Callisto has a lot of levels on all these characters, actually.
Oh, yeah. He has them all play against each other, I think. So
got to get all the items somehow, right?
Got to get them all.
Yeah.
Got to get them all. That's the life of a TO, man.
Respect.
Respect for sure. And respect Shark Fu, how don't you, huh? And my roommate.
And we're just letting the intros all work. Metera going like, aren't you two adorable?
Yeah, you two roommates, you two cousins. Shouts out.
Tonight on Toonami, here we go.
See, you get it,
yeah.
you get it. All right, here we go. Let's get underway here. Already sniping out the dorsal fin the dorsal fin approach, running up with the throw here. Opting to be a little bit more aggressive, and I can't blame you because when Meg doesn't have that 50 meters, she doesn't have the best defense in the world.
Oh, an early dodge in there. Expected Oreo to maybe react on that. Got a little bit of punish on here, but now we're going to go right into the seal after that wall bounce.
You have already the old butterfly in play, going to probably get as much chip as possible. Sometimes you don't even need the hit, you just need the chip to force your opponent to feel the need to do something because time was running out so quickly right there. And that's a quick Metera round if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, absolutely. The quickest one that we've seen in the moment on here. Already using the BP early on from Oreo just to make sure they can get their turn. Gets with the 2 but nothing else, unfortunately.
Oh, I didn't even think about the fact. Okay, so the RPS on the 2-2X, if you go into the light follow-up, as we actually get it to land here, but Metera actually can check a lot of things that Meg can try to do to steal her turn after that with the far L, but great jump in that time. Oreo finding ways in that they didn't get in that first round, and I don't know, this is a good round for Meg here.
Go in, get the Desperado pose on deck here. Not enough that kill, but damn near close.
The throw bait as well. Throw with a kill. So you had to think of something there. Immediate action is what Monarch going towards. And now Oreo fighting back, rolling on through. Oh, I don't know. Was that one throw punishable? It felt like it was close enough to where it was throw punishable, but Monarch just being safe and just saying, you know what, I'll just go next.
Yeah, might as well play it safe at this point here. You definitely want to be on the winner side of the pool, not like taking those risks. Is one corner, going to throw out the Starry Sky, and the seal, you tried to challenge it before the seal could come out the play and disappear, and you got punished for the trouble.
Yeah, GameStop trade combo. You got 20 for the Xbox One, and unfortunately, that is a win #1 for Monarch. Oreo, unfortunately, going to get hit with a lot of butterflies and plasma. We'll see if they're able to replicate the success that they had in round 2 of that game 1. But Monarch seemed to have an answer very quickly, just going right back to the aggressive playbook.
Exactly. Immediately throwing out the shark early on here. Try to get that advantage up close. A little bit on the far medium just to get a push away on it. And there we go, calling out with the 5L for Monarch.
Go right back there. The sweep going to find its mark. Interestingly, cannot cancel into anything. Meg's sweep very unique in that aspect, so that was very committal, but able to get the hard knockdown and now push Monarch right back into the corner. Auto combo ender. Great fall response.
Yeah, fall man, invincible reversal on that, so have to spin that just to get off and back into a comfortable range for Metera to be in. Try to roll out of the way and then push back immediately. Starry Sky with another U skill.
Ooh, delay 2L after the Zephyr to jump in there, catching them. The 6XL a little bit too spaced out for your own good this time around, and trading out the BC with the double butterfly. That is such a great setup that Metera has access to. We talked about her zoning prowess, but her corner offense, my God, does it play into the system mechanics. Beautiful.
Oh yeah, 100%. And it's like, especially with like that Skybound art at the end, if you have access to it on there just to finish on that. But right now we're on set point for Monarch as we got Oreo trying to maybe make a repeat of that second round in the first match here, but we're getting back into neutral.
Ultimate arrows as well, and my God, yeah, just the throw bait perfectly timed so you can get extra conversion, extra damage on the butterfly that you sent out there. Ooh. Trying to punish the spot dodge after the clash with Far L, nothing doing though. Oreo going to be able to get on out of there. Not much use out of the plus range from the heavy fireball. I
like the idea of trying to dodge immediately on the clash on there afterwards, just trying to get away from anything, like maybe like the fall of man on there afterwards coming from Monarch or anti-air. But unfortunately now you're having to deal with, you're getting chipped away and you're getting stuck in the air with the seal, and you have nothing but the fall of man to look forward to as Monarch moves on winner side.
Yeah, even at that distance, you can get air unblockable with the great fall should I have the meter, and that's just a tough spot to get caught in. There were a lot of situations that Meg found herself really without answers, and that's what Metera and Monarch can really do to you. They really do a great job of forcing the issue to where everything is so much more weighted in their column versus the opponent's, and I think unless you have a lot of health to really get through it with, which Meg does not,
right?
Or you just have the wits about you to really navigate through that, which is hard for anybody to do.
Yeah.
It's a tough time.
And Monarch is so good at cycling a lot of those options on there, making you keep thinking about it. It's like thinking like, when can I approach Metera on there? Because like being able to throw out with like the Far H on there, Starry Sky, throwing out the seal on there afterwards. What can you do in those situations to keep cycling through if you're trying to find those options afterwards? And we saw even at the end there, it sounded like Monarch was trying to explain to Oreo like what was happening in some of those moments.
Yep. The nature of the zoner archetype, you cannot get to one note. And honestly, when they hit the gas pedal in the very first round start of the set, I was like, okay, I see what's at play here. They're not necessarily going to get anything. They're not going to allow anything to go on. But
believe me, the characters, the specialists are still there.
Oh yeah, you see Shosan at Evo Japan really making a way, getting all the way to third, and was kind of like the heroes. It was the hero's journey so far of characters, and I think that Zeta is in a good spot because she got, in my opinion, she got reworked to a better spot as a character. In this version, she doesn't necessarily get the old laser combos that she used to, so she doesn't get those same extensions, but there's so many other different extensions and routes that have been granted to her to make her a lot more consistent. Katalina, on the other hand, has seen better days, but Callisto still making his way with the character, so it'll be interesting to see two characters going in different directions in this game.
All right, and we're going to go in with the jump and cancel it out on the 5U from Callisto. We go back into the corner, just happy to stop and get the throw, get the damage on top of that.
Oh, poking out with the 5U. I like that. -2 on block, so it would have been a fine way out as well. Enchanted Land's going to chase them down. Oh, and whip punishing the follow-up on the Rhapsody, even as quick as that version is.
Oh, and a super deep punish on there while the jump in on the follow-up. Just going to finish out with the SBA, the shortened version on that. Beautiful round start, round in for Callisto.
Yep, absolutely. Just from the first interaction that they won, it was just like, it just snowballed from there, and it's looking to do the same thing, calling out the parry with the run-up throw, and right back into the really tough part. Oh, trying to BC, but couldn't quite get it there, but still. Ah, man, yeah, a little bit of wonky stuff there.
Yeah, unfortunately, was not able to get on the crumple on there afterwards here, so we're going to have to reset here a little bit longer round as Sovereign gets on there, but the confirm into the frozen sword crumple. Going to go ahead and get the follow-up, spin that BC, the last one that they have, but they should be able to finish his job. There it is, the beautiful words, finish.
Ooh-wee, all that off of a far light as well. So that is some pretty great stuff that Katalina has access to close the round out there. Just stuck out that far out, bet on the ult fireball, and Ares helping out her once again.
One more time, Infinite Wonder is just going to happily neutral jump above it, but the 6L into the 2U on there afterwards. Check in with the low one more time. This is going to be all Sovereign's corner.
Alrighty, so now we can put them into another tough spot to guess with this knockdown. Going for the empty jump low. Oh, I think kind of mistimed it right there because they got no escapes out of there. The back throw from Callisto, and now this is a really tough spot for Sovereign to be in.
Yeah, use the startup of Infinite Wonder to go ahead and get the punish on here. Does hit the combo limit. Trying to go in for the throw one more time in here. Just trying to bait out anybody to see what Sovereign presses.
Alright, no anti-air right there on the lunge out of the Rhapsody, but you do put that on a cooldown should you force Zeta to block. But she does have access to that 50%, so not out of the woods yet in that phase.
Throws it out, nice dodge in there from Sovereign, but we're going to go right back into it. Enchanted Land from a distance and catches with the far button into the confirmed. That's set point for Katalina for Callisto.
A spacing trap from that far away, even with the newly minted 8-frame 2M on Zeta. Still no match for the gauntlet that is 5H of Katalina. They teach you that in the Albion Fencing Academy.
Got in with the Emerald Sword early on in there. Super jump onto the other side. Happy to get the background put. Callisto in the corner. Almost put themselves in the corner, but got it there. Landed first on there from Sovereign. Oh my goodness.
Bro, I actually cannot believe Callisto went for the air throw call out there on the rising, the Tiger Knee fall of Arvest, man. That's the Spear of Arvest. That's crazy gumption, man. That's crazy. Callisto, I don't know how you do it, bro.
Trying to check it out one more time in here with the Frozen Blade. The base out the throw.
No.
Oh, that's going to be it. Can you, yeah, you're going to be able to finish this. There we go.
That's so tough because I thought they were going to be content to just take the throw, but man, just the walk-up was enough to strike fear into the heart of Zeta and Sovereign, and Callisto going to be riding into round 2 of pools, commandeering his own setup, his own stage, and now master of his own fate.
Yeah, like absolutely going to be continuing on. It's like, yeah, put my next match on stream is what Callisto's saying right there. I was about to say early on there, I felt like Zeta has a lot of ways outside of the Katalina range in there to get away from Enchanted Lands and far that with the Spear of Arvest, being able to retreat on that. Callisto proved me wrong in every aspect on there. Whenever there was like, oh yeah, Sovereign's going to be able to get away and maybe get back into a neutral. No, Callisto was chasing Sovereign down.
Yep. Against a defensive-minded character, sometimes you have to really bet on the advancement. And honestly, with Katalina, there are a lot of different ways that she can keep herself safe while trying to threaten threaten encroachment into Zeta's uncomfortable spaces. And Callisto does a really good job of doing that, especially with those normals. Especially with those normals. It's crazy how that spacing trap, man. That was insane. Like there was a lot of I want to go back and rewatch that match just for a couple very interesting interactions that we were seeing there. So that is well played from Callisto. I feel like if Tux has a beat on when they're going to try to force that issue, Lowain still has enough in the book and enough in the tank to get his game plan going the way that he wants. It's very tough. It's very tough as opposed to like a Ferry or a Metera in that aspect.
And we're going to see how full that tank is as we go into the next match here. Here we are, Battle 1, engage.
already trying to check the bros here, but not going to work out there. The far medium going to get eaten by both Sammy and Tommy right now, putting them in the corner. Auto combo, overhead ender, but we fight back out. Got the spinning slash to give ourselves a little bit more breathing room. Oatwheel trying to suffocate you right back into the East Coast corner once again.
All right, but we go in with the awesome sauce on top of that here. Send out the bros one more time, and the Catalina ball. We're gonna, you know what? We're gonna move to West Coast. We're gonna move to the West Coast. I hear there's more available over there.
Yeah, plenty of real estate over in the California area right there, and you're going to have to get familiar with it because it was a slow trek over there in the arms of the drill arms of the Catbot, I should say. But right now, just putting them right back into the East Coast side of things, 3 hours in advance, but you're going to go right back over there.
Now 2M to get the call out early on here. Here we're going to send out the Light Dragon, but we get in with the bros with the Fire Wheel. We're going to get a little bit of a hit on there, but we're trying to keep away from that long range that Zooey has.
Yeah, that's tough because I think they want to dodge there rather than roll, because you cannot roll grounded projectiles in this game, and that is what Oatwheel counts as. And now we're going to count our lucky stars. Got the critical hit right there, give us a bit more ground bounce, push Zooey into an unfavorable spot, get the CHBC, but disrespectful.
Makes the Catbot go away, but still has access to the EX, and that should be it for the first match here. Tux taking the first one.
Yeah, it's just been an onslaught of oppressiveness from Lowain. It's just forcing you into a lot of scrambly situations here, and I can feel Velvet just being like, all right, I got to get back to the character select screen, just decompress, sort of process what just happened, and maybe go to another character. And
wait, hold on a second. I thought, okay, interesting. I thought, okay, it was on EXT
yeah,
for a second. I was like,
wait
a minute.
You know something that a lot of other people don't know.
It's like, tell me more.
Tell me more.
But no, we're going to normal Djeeta.
I'm interested. Yeah. I'm doubtful, but I'm interested. But anyway, it's just going to be normal Djeeta. EX Djeeta not kind of, I'm not going to lie to you, vying for worst character in the game currently.
I love you trying to reach for it.
I really am. I want Djeeta players to have something,
yeah.
But this version of current Djeeta, of normal Djeeta, not necessarily looked on with favorable eyes, but maybe Velvet sees something in the matchup versus Lowain that Zooey doesn't necessarily have in her own wheelhouse. We'll see.
Yeah, gets an early ground unblockable on the Tux's side in there just to put the Velvet back into the corner here, and gets another confirmed Brack in the Catbot here, holding down the corner until forcing Velvet to use the PC.
Oh, that's tough. They messed up the super jump, so they didn't get the crossover that they wanted, so it was an awkward situation post BC, and you're right back into the corner. The HPA going to make you pay for it. That is so tough for Velvet.
Bouncing like a basketball. The playoffs are in season here. Get the slide. Hey!
Ben Stiller sitting courtside. It's a feature film of Lowain victories so far. Just get a whole montage going. It'll last you a whole hour, 30 minutes, plus some trailers. I don't know.
There soon be trailers in the modern films, and they Catbot with the assist on from far range there. Really just sniping out Velvet.
Yeah, the winning ticket so far is to being able to keep their opponents pinned down, but really good getting the Rekka to get on out of there, spending the heavy cooldown, just to give yourself some breathing room. Run up into the ult fireball. I do love that. It's a really good tactic to catch people trying to hit a button and OS any advancement.
And we are hopping on the other side with the cross-up. However, we're going to catch it. Well, like Tux was ducking on top of that here, so we're going to go in for the full combo, goes in for the reset. Human Pyramid, you cannot wait. Human Pyramid attack is just a touch away.
You know, I agree on the premise, but unfortunately, Lowain is a character that you cannot do that to, but it might not matter. No! You could have canceled into super! You could have canceled into super!
You could have done so much. Okay, gets the knight on here. BC 1 each here. Now 0, trying to get that last interaction, holding against Sammy and Tommy.
Okay, we still win. We traded it, but we had enough health. Oh my god. Okay, so why I was saying that was a lot of players will cancel if they don't think that their super is going to kill. So that's why they were trying to reset the situation. But when Lowain has HPA, that's a game that you can't play the same way as every other character in the game.
No, like Tux is definitely going to use that to get out of jail in that, and that was almost a terrifying situation for Velvet.
Yeah. Being able to navigate that mini game definitely saved them from that situation, but now they're trying to navigate through the bros and the bot.
Oh, the knee, like you gotta work those knees on there with the follow-up. Gonna get the clash. trying to check it out one more time with the firing of that. Sammy and Tommy getting avoided.
Yeah, good old Richard Simmons working out in the neutral. But right now, the neutral going to work out for Lowain. The 6XL going to get the Tim right to the face of our protagonist. And now you got to guess, but old DP going to deny.
Yeah, the invincible DP is just going to, you know me on that, but Katalina bot holding it down there, using the PC. That could have been dire in that. At least has the corner with the knockdown, trying to set up their offense.
Lowain has HPA too, so this is really scary. But they opted for Iggy, put them in range to do that. Let's see if they can navigate this minigame as well as they did the other one. Don't have a lot of life bar to do it. I like it already. They're showing that they can run up. Oh no, but you know!
Everything in the Simon says was reaching up. We ignored the red signs until we need the red signs. You are on fire, Tux.
Oh, I feel so. It was like, I was like, they're doing everything right in that aspect. They're doing everything, but then just the final trump card was the unblockable. Man, oh man. But Velvet, shouts out to you. The Djeeta was putting in some work there, but it's going to be Tux moving on winner's side. You
got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them and know when to bring out the red stuff at the very end there. Oh,
yeah.
Like a little bit of a scramble. I was going more than a scrambling situation. And a lot of times, Velvet almost lost that one round alone on that, like from between on that. I hate to see that, but it's still just to get like that. That is to qualify out of bracket, I believe.
Yep.
So going to be potentially see more of that, more of Tux on the winner side for sure.
Absolutely, and
pull out from a distance with the with the Flamax strike on there, and being able, of course, good old rat race, the grenades coming out to play.
Rat race.
Either get stuck on, get bounced on, or get stunned on for a little bit, get stun locked.
Yeah, absolutely. That's it. Eustace I always make the joke, Eustace in the corner with all skills on available, top 5 character. Top 5 character. But here we go. We're going to see if we can position ourselves for a top 5 placement, but it all starts here. You got to get out of pools first. And KyokuReset with the all-arounder Belial going to make sure that doesn't happen easily. We'll see if she has anything to say about it. Insurgent versus KyokuReset. Let's get into it.
Yeah, and we're already trying to dodge into Flamex strikes early on. Neutral jump in there, but we're going to get stuck with the red rat race. Stuck on there. Intel confirmed. Going to keep it plus thanks to the follow-up from Insurgent.
All right, run up, taking the throw. Throwing out that grenade, but going to get the throw punish right there. That's what I'm saying. Throwing out that grenade, but still not committing to anything behind it so they could get the punish on the 5U attempt. Even that was the first interaction where that came into play.
Yeah.
He was just ready for it.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the things, like, we're happy to go in for the 5U from Belial, to go into, like, 280 or setup on that. Not going to have it any time to do it anymore after that, because the first round going to Insurgent.
Yeah, but again, efficient and effective, and the effective part came right there. Just setting up and catching out fully to be able to close out the round. No time wasted for the operator. The smooth operator looking like a smooth criminal right now, stealing the health bar of Belial here early.
Yeah, that all came like from an attempt whip punch from KyokuReset as well on that. We're going to go in, trying to go into the triple attack, get denied with the VC from Insurgent.
Yep, lockdown has a lot of skills to keep him pinned down. Flamex shot going to be one of those. And now giving up space too, just to maintain the screen position. And now you're right back into the thick of things. Added damage here with the rat race explosion with this SBA. Insurgent looking unstoppable right now.
Unstoppable, but Kyoku has the SSBA on deck here, getting the block on there, and yeah, happy just to get the throw on there afterwards. Was, like you said earlier, we're just happy to see what the reaction was going to be and was able to consolidate on top of that.
Yeah, many cancels of projectile nature are usually able to be used. You can use 5U to get out of there. Not Eustace, however. Eustace, if he's spaced properly and he's not committing to anything behind it, it can be very hard to use that 5U parry to get out of the corner against him, or out of any pressure, really.
Yeah, red rat race applies early on to KyokuReset in there, but the orb, 2 of them coming out the play with the follow. DP has to get out of the situation for Kyoku.
Yep, and if you're up close and personal up against Eustace, and that's going to be the space that he operates in the corner, I agree with betting it on the DP right there, because when you stand at that far H range, that becomes a lot harder game to play. So I like KyokuReset using the close-up positioning to use the heavy DP for the first time in the set.
Yeah, Insurgent with the DP, like U-skill version, that's the only reversal that Eustace has advantage to on here. And now a lot of red rat race trying to keep the distance between Insurgent and Kyoku. Nice hit
golly, that 5H is criminal in nature, man. That's a very underrated button in this game, especially when you can use that follow-up as well, even on block sometimes.
Oh, yeah, extends out the hurt box just a little bit more, especially if you believe that's going to get a follow-up hit. One more time, going to hit the combo limit pretty early, but this is an advantageous situation for Insurgent.
Yeah, keeping them locked down too. Has to be a little bit more freewheeling with the dash L resets because of the lack of skills available to them, but not really crying wolf here. Going to be feeling really, really nice. The Arune, I got a little bit of dog in them with this corner positioning.
I'll try to go for the grab in there. Kyoko, she has a chance on here. Get the throw in with the 6XL. We're going to the other. No, we're not going to the other corner. Doesn't get the follow-up.
Oh, maybe just late on the Osmodeus cancel, unfortunately. Just got to get out of the way of the rat race. Looking for that far H, but nobody home. Insurgent, once again, just not being overly committal in the movement, and you see why. Just ready to capture Belial doing the same. And that is going to be Insurgent making it out 2-0 with the cleanest Eustace that you'll see.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're going to see much more of it this entire weekend as we go into Saturday and round 2.
So shouts out to them. And shouts out to Kyoku, also going to be making it to that round 2. The evil Belial, she will still be in the thick of things. But I believe that's going to wrap it up for us here.
I think so. I think we're at the very end of our block. But don't worry. If you're like, it's like, I'm out of Granblue. No, you're not. You know, you got this entire weekend waiting just for you.
Yep, absolutely. So don't go nowhere because I believe we have some action in tow. I see Zero getting ready alongside of Jesu. So the dynamic duo going to take you through this next pool of Granblue action. So don't go nowhere.